Hey everybody, we have just gotten back from Horrorhound weekend, and it was a blast. There was a lot of fun, there was some ups, there were some downs. However, due to a family emergency, Cinder was with us. I will insert some pictures of her with us here. This is with Brian Pompadero and Sadie Tate, both who are in Space Babes. Due to a family emergency, Cinder had to leave. However, due to this family emergency, I'm also not sure how much actual footage we got. So I'm going to show you some stuff that we got over the weekend, inserted right here. That's me with Jameson Newlander and Corey Feldman. And then this next picture, that's me with Juliette Landau, who played Drusilla. So it was a fun weekend. I'm going to share with you some of the cool stuff I got, and then we'll get into the main part of the video, where I walk around Horrorhound and Maskfest. We got some great interviews. This is a Buffy the Vampire Slayer board game, and it's autographed by Juliette Landau up here, by Claire Kramer down here, and by Mercedes McNabb over here. Now that I've eaten up probably way too much time, we are going to get on with the episode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I appreciate you guys for watching this, and can't wait to show you what all we saw. While you do this, I'm going to go back and do a Facebook Live video.
So I'm going to make my list of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Chris Zeffro of Trick or Treat Studios. Here's some of their masks. Mr. Zeffro, how did you get started with Trick or Treat Studios?
Well, we started about 8 years ago, and I was working in corporate America, and I couldn't stand it. And every time I went into a Halloween store, I was really disenchanted with a lot of the stuff that they had. Everything was cheaply made in China, and all this, not a lot of creativity, and all the stuff that I really liked growing up as a kid was gone. The original Don Post Studios, distortion stuff kind of all went away, and so we wanted to bring back that original look and feel of, masks in the 70s, and that's what we went for.
Now,
I started it with this guy, Justin Mabry.
Hello.
And that's one of our artists over there, Aaron Lewis.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Now, how do you get some of these amazing licenses like Saw and Ghost and...
Well, you have to make appropriate contacts with the studios, and once you get those locked down, you negotiate deals. A lot of those deals are based, obviously, on a percentage of the gross of sales, and a commitment up front, usually a monetary commitment up front, and a guarantee against commission, and they're usually done over 2 and 3 year terms.
Now, how much do your masks usually run?
So the full head masks usually run anywhere from $50 to $60, and the 3/4 masks and face masks usually about $20.
$20?
Yeah.
And
except the vacuum forms, those run about 12.
Okay. And you guys said you mentioned earlier you have a new Ghost prop coming out.
Yeah. So we're coming out with the staff. So it's really cool. It's a full-size staff, and we blow molded the top of the staff, so that's coming out. And I think probably next year do the original Nameless Ghoul mask and their current costume. And we also came out with a Papa 2 robe this year that is spot on.
Now, where can people find the robe or the staff once they're available?
You can go to trickortreatstudios.com and check them out there, but we're also in a lot of local retailers, but most of the Ghost stuff is usually found on the website. You wouldn't find it like in a Spirit or Party City.
Gotcha.
They're usually a couple of years behind on getting it.
Yeah.
But, a lot of local costume stores carry it, and then you can get it off our website.
And so if people want to get in contact with you, trickortreatstudios.com?
You got it.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, bro.
I am here with John Lavelle, the head of Chaotic Creature FX Studio. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good.
We're having lots of fun playing with some puppets.
Good. Now, how did you get started making puppets? Because there's a
Mongolian deathworm.
Mongolian deathworm, and over here is a critter.
and a pretty face. And so how do you guys make the puppets, both you and her, since I've heard she's your apprentice?
Yeah, it's a lot like, you know, all the other stuff here. I mean, this is foam fabricated, so this is actually built and then it's skinned with latex.
Okay.
These here were actually a sculpture. They're sculpted, the teeth are sculpted separately, and then it's casted and molded just like masks are. Basic slip cast latex, which we also carry our latex that we use.
Okay.
But yeah, basically you just pour it in the mold, pour it out in the mold, and it leaves a nice coat of skin here.
Nice.
And then that skin we paint, and we put the hair on it, and instant puppet.
Now, how long does it take you to make the puppets?
What we do is basically we pour out one each day, okay? And then at the end of the week, that's what we paint out.
Okay.
So we paint that out at the end of the week, so.
Now, how can people find you if they are interested in purchasing these if they cannot?
Oh, we'll make it real easy for them. Right here, we're at Chaoticcreations.biz down here at the bottom.
Alrighty.
And this is our information. We do have a storefront, and we are opening here September 12th, and we go back to normal hours. But you can always call us. We always got answers for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're with your baby, and you're parked alone on a summer night. You're deep in love, but you're deeper in the woods. You think you're doing alright. Did you hear that voice? Did you see that face? Or was it just a dream? This can't be real, that only happens, babe, on the movie screen. Oh, but he's back. He's the man behind the mask, and he's out of control. He's back. The man behind the mask, and he crawled out of his hole. You're swimming with your girl out on Lover's Lake, and the wind blows cold. It chills your bones, but you're still on the lake. That's a bad mistake. But the moon was full, and you had a chance to be all alone. But you're not alone. This is your last dance, and your last romance. Oh, but he's back. He's the man behind the mask. He's out of control. He's back. The man behind the mask. He crawled out.
Hey, we are at Maskfest here at the Marriott East. It is along with Horrorhound weekend. We are with B-Movie Props. How are you guys doing today?
Good, very good.
Now, how did you get started with B-Movie Props?
I think I started like pretty much the same way everyone did, like watching movies as a kid, sneaking to watch movies as a kid. When I was young, my mom was adamant she didn't want me watching horror films, so I had to sneak up to watch them, and fell in love with them. Like something that somebody else could make could scare me like that is I wanted to do it to other people. I guess it's a revenge. I'm doing this out of revenge.
Now, do you make all these by yourself and hand make everything that's here?
I do. I actually, my daughter helps with stuff, and my wife helps with different things, you know, when it gets hectic and stuff. But for the most part, yeah, I sculpt everything and put it together. And usually I draw it up first on paper, figure out what the design's going to look like, and then go from there. I learned it from everybody else here, like little bits and pieces of everybody, you know, it's a real family here at Maskfest, and everybody helps everybody. So this is actually a little bit of everybody here, you know, plus my own taste. So.
Now, how long does it take you to make any of your B-Movie props?
Well, aside from drying time
Right.
or curing time or any of that stuff, it's usually, it depends on what the piece is. If it's one of the bears, you know, some of them can be a little labor intensive, but for the most part, from start to finish, it could probably be maybe a half an hour.
Right.
And then the masks, some of those with the paint job, you know, trying to make sure it's right and things like that can be a little longer, but it's not as long as you might think.
All right. So, where can people find you if they are interested?
at www.bmovieprops.com. And usually, if you go on the website, if I have my phone with me, there is a chat option on the website, so you can actually get a hold of me directly if you have any questions about anything on the website. So,
Thank you so much for your time.
you're very welcome. Thank you.
No problem.
Enjoy the weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are once again here at Maskfest with Randy Podmore, creature creator. How are you doing today, sir?
Excellent.
That's really good. So, how did you get started with masks?
Just been into monsters ever since I was a little kid. Grew up with an artistic father and spent a lot of time with me drawing. Drew monsters growing up, sci-fi stuff. Then 1985 came around and the big effects boom, and found a couple of Tom Savini books and Nick Smith books and started from there.
Oh, nice. Now, the ones that I really like here are the Thriller Wildcat and the Black Cat Boars. How long did it take you for, focus on the Thriller Wildcat, how long did it take you to make that?
The main thing was the hair. The hair took a long time to glue on. It probably took probably a day to 2 days to complete. The very first mask that I made is actually a Michael Jackson impersonator wears in his shows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, how much do your masks run normally?
These are more custom style masks, so they're a little bit more expensive. The Werecat generally goes for around $400, and then the Morris runs about $1,500 because it's made of silicone and hand punched hair and custom. It's got a costume on, custom necklace.
Now, if anybody is interested in finding these masks, if they cannot make it to Maskfest, where would be the best place for them to go to?
Look for me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and just send me a message. It's Randy Podmore.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bud.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big breaking TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
I'm here with Freddie Morris from Horrorhound Radio and Night of the Living podcast. So, I have a question I'm asking you, and I'm asking Aaron. Jason sadly couldn't make it because he's a bum.
Yeah.
So, next we have, what is the worst horror Blu-ray that has ever been released?
Oh, Lord. Deep cut. Oh, yeah, that is a tough one. You're right. The worst one? Damn. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Worst horror Blu-ray. Now, you mean the actual, not the movie itself, but like what they packaged it with?
Yep.
There was a bare bones, like, it's not a horror movie, it's sci-fi, so this is kind of cheating.
Well,
there was like a super bare bones Close Encounters I remember getting once. It was just the movie, and I don't even know if it was legitimate or not, but it was just this totally half-assed put together package, and the movie was like one of the alternate versions that didn't have the original ending without any explanation, so that's probably my worst one.
That works, and people can find you at nightoflivingpodcast.com
or notlp.com if you don't want to keep typing and typing and typing.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thanks, Jerry.
We are here at Horrorhound Weekend with Troma Addison, and he is the head of TROMAsterpeice Theater, and I believe you still do movies to watch on a rainy afternoon.
Yep.
So, how are you today?
Good.
That's
it's been a fun weekend.
Good. Now, how did you get started with either movies on a rainy afternoon or TROMAsterpeice Theater, or both?
Well, movies to watch on a rainy afternoon, I started about 6 years ago. I wanted to do feature-length riffing for YouTube, but at that time you couldn't post, full-length videos. So I thought, well, if I chopped it down to more film review, riffing, it's kind of the same thing, but you don't have to sit there and watch the whole movie. Plus, I didn't really want to watch a movie 7 times, but that's what I ended up doing for TROMAsterpeice Theater, Battle of Love's Return. But I did about 70 or 80 episodes of movies to watch on a rainy afternoon, and I did Rabid Grannies, and I tweeted that one out, and Troma saw it, and they retweeted it, so that was pretty cool, and I contacted them. I sent them a direct message on Twitter, and I asked them, can I get Lloyd's contact information? Would that be all right? because I'd like to do stuff for Troma. This was last spring. I eventually saw him in person at Motor City Nightmares in Detroit, and I asked him in person. I pitched him the idea of TROMAsterpeice Theater, and he gave me the okay to do Battle of Love's Return.
Now, how did Battles of Love's Return not break you? Although there's rumors out there that it did, and you're actually an invisible being.
Well, yeah, I'm not quite the same. You don't walk away from Battle of Love's Return 7 or 8 times being the same.
Now, is there another TROMAsterpeice Theater in the works?
We haven't started one yet, but we've been given the okay to do Poultrygeist next.
Nice.
So that's once we sort of calmed down after the first one, because the first one took about a year to do, from watching the movie a bunch of times, writing all the jokes, building the puppets, filming it all, doing ADR, redubbing a bunch of flubs. That was a lot of work, and so I'm going to be doing a couple of rainy afternoon episodes first, just because those are only like 10-15 minute videos, and then I'll get back to TROMAsterpeice Theater.
Where can people find movies to watch in a rainy afternoon or TROMAsterpeice Theater?
They're all on YouTube. You can do either one. Some stuff on my channel, and there's some stuff on the Troma Movies YouTube channel. Just type in movies to watch in a rainy afternoon or TROMAsterpeice Theater.
And for people who want to see this with a Troma Now subscription, they can hear it from the Tromets and Lloyd himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Troma Movies, yes.
You have to pay for that channel?
No, it's all free. Over 250 movies.
All free? 250 Troma movies?
Yes.
Why? Why would Troma give away movies?
Support independent film.
But we don't make any money that way. Isn't it all about the fans? We love our fans.
We do. We do love our fans.
And our air conditioners, too. Not just our fans.
I am here in Maskfest with Michael Felcher, head of Redshirt Pictures, and I believe you're also the head of Vestron Video, are you not?
I'm not the head of Vestron Video, no. But I work for them. I was one of the people that helped come up with the idea.
Well, how did you get started with Redshirt Pictures?
I used to work at Anchor Bay Entertainment, and I did a lot of different things there, and I wanted to branch out and do video production, started doing documentary work and filmmaking work, and then when I left Anchor Bay, it just seemed like a good time to start it up.
Now, is that your hand at the end of your logo moving a little bit?
Yeah, I shot that in my basement of my house that I had at the time, and I just fussed with the footage until I could get it right. That took about all night to try to figure out how to do that, because there's a lot of reverse footage. There's a reason there's a lot of crap covering it up, because it doesn't work very well, so I had to try to cover it up to make it look like I knew what the hell I was doing. It's a lie. I don't know what the hell I'm doing at all.
Now, from there you went on to help come up with the idea of Vestron. How did that come about?
I always wanted to bring Vestron Video back. It was my favorite video company back in the day. I mean, I'm a child of the 80s, a child of VHS, and I loved Vestron Video because they put out everything that I was interested in at the time. And Lionsgate, who I'd worked with for years, great people over there. I did Monster Squad for them and a bunch of other projects. Well, they own the Vestron catalog and they own the Vestron name and everything. So I put together a proposal years ago, said bring back Vestron and reissue a lot of your old catalog titles through that. I didn't get much traction, but then eventually several people over there kind of got on my side with the whole thing, and they're the ones that kind of pushed it through. So it's just, through people like Dustin Dean and Scott Davidow and Chandler Johnson over there, it was there, they got on board, and they're the ones that made it happen.
Now, could the help of Vestron been because companies like Scream started coming out?
I think that helped. I mean, I think they had something to look at and say, hey, all these companies are doing well with it, so why can't we do it? And also, it's the titles they already have.
Right.
So they don't have to go out and license anything, they just have to mine their catalog and say, because they've got the Vestron catalog, what's left of that, they've got Trimark over there, they've got, Cinepix catalog from Canada, Lionsgate, so there's so many layers of titles over there, so it's just being able to exploit what they already have.
Now, as well as doing stuff for Redshirt, or for Vestron, you also work quite a bit with Arrow and video.
I work with Arrow, I work with Scream, Synapse Films. They're my oldest client. I've known them. They were the ones that helped give me my start. I've worked with Dark Sky, Blue Underground I still work with. I work with a couple companies overseas. I'm working with Umbrella right now in Australia. So yeah, I got a lot of different clients over the years.
Now, you just recently, or at least it just recently came out, which was The Slave.
Oh yes.
How was it going back to that island?
That was a lot of fun, going down to Tybee Island, and not only just experiencing Tybee Island in the Savannah area, which is always amazing, to be able to go to the theater where they shot the movie and be in the audience watching the movie as they're seeing that theater looking really unbelievably shitty, And I mean, we recorded the audience reaction, and it's actually on the DVD or the Blu-ray, so you can hear people when the theater comes up going, "I'm sitting right there! I'm sitting right there! That's my seat! Oh my God!" So that was really amazing. That was a lot of fun, being able to film the town and the various locations, and hooking up with Arla Jarmanaki, who I'd worked with before on a couple other projects, and he toured the house where they shot. So that was a lot of fun. That might be my favorite one I've done for Arrow so far.
Do you have a favorite you've done for other companies?
Oh God, I mean, Monster Squad will always be special. Effects was a big thing for me that I did for Cine. That was one of my first projects, and it just recently got reissued by AGFA.
Okay.
And they did a new HD scan of one of the only existing print orthograph anymore, and they reissued my documentary After Effects. That was a very special project, and then all the stuff I did with Jordan. I mean, that was it's hard for me. It's really hard for me to just pick one.
Right.
I've been lucky in that I've been able to empty my bucket pretty thoroughly. I'm at this point where if I get a project, I just feel grateful because I've had a lot of dream projects come my way.
Well, you were involved with one of my personal favorite projects and documentaries on Mosquito.
Oh, Mosquito was a special one because that was all shot in Michigan. So I shot every single thing in that documentary, and to be able to go with Gary Jones and the filmmakers back to their original production offices, which were being used by a car repair company, but their whiteboard with their schedule was still up there after 20 years. And there was a room that had been closed off that hadn't been opened in 20 years. There were film shrooms still lying on the ground. And they're discovering that as I'm filming it, and it was like, what the hell is it? So there was a lot of, that was a special. I would put that probably in my top 5. Yeah.
Can you mention anything you are working on that's upcoming or no?
No.
No? Okay.
I could, but then I would get yelled at.
Yeah.
So all the people out there whose secrets I now hold, I'm not going to reveal them in here. I'm not going to do that. But there are some restaurant titles coming up, some big Screen Factory projects that are coming up. There's Arrow stuff that's coming up. Really great stuff I wish I could talk about, but there's someone with a blow dart off camera who will shoot me in the neck if I start to talk too much.
Can you talk about one that you've been announced for working on, which is Land?
Oh, Land of the Dead. Yeah, I just finished that.
You just finished that?
Yeah, it was bittersweet because I was working on that, and also there's always Vanilla for Arrow at the same time during the period where George was sick and he passed away. And so it was really weird working on those. Those took longer than I thought they would, just because it was hard to sit there and look at footage of George, and it's just like and George was a good friend, and it was awkward, but we got some really great stuff on Land of the Dead, and I don't want to say what the features are yet, because I want to let Scream announce them, but what we got was really good. And there's some one thing in particular, which was a documentary that was made around the time that Land was in production. It's never been on a home video release before.
Oh, wow.
That I was very happy to have a hand in getting back and actually available to the public.
All right. Well, if people want to find Redshirt Pictures or any of your stuff, where can they find it?
They can go to redshirtpictures.com. That's my website. And then I also have a presence on Facebook, or just look me up on Facebook. That's usually the best way to find me. And then I'm usually out there playing Friday the 13th the game at least 2 hours a night because the fucking thing is addictive as hell, and I can't stop. I cannot stop.
And he likes to kill me a lot.
Yeah, I do. I really do. It's half the reason I play.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Horrorhound with the lovely and talented Danielle Harris. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Now, how did you get started in acting?
Oh, wow. Just doing quick commercials and, I was like 7, so kid stuff.
And then from there you went on to do Halloween 4 and 5 and eventually went on to do Roseanne.
That's right.
The next question I have is, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Do you have a favorite project you've worked on?
Probably Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. It's a good one.
And for the last question, you went on to do the Hatchet series. Do you have any involvement with the newest one?
Well, you're just gonna have to go see it and find out now.
Awesome. All right, now if people want to, is there a way people can get a hold of you on like social media?
Yeah, it's Horror Gal. That's my Instagram, and Halloween Gal is Twitter.
Thank you
and
so much.
Facebook as well.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Be sure to thumbs up if you like it. Share this. Please click subscribe. If you have not already, to see other great content, our next episode will be coming out in October, and it's either going to be me with Cinder doing the movie Violent Shit, or it will be me with Raven doing Hellraiser. Either way, good episode, and then the whatever one does not air in October, the other one will air 2 weeks from when the first one airs. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. Thank you for watching, and again, remember the Horrorhound motto, as it says on the back of my shirt, which is sleep all day, party all night, never grow old, never die, and it is fun to be a horror hound.
Little games you play won't go away.